But I must warn you of the dangers of the consulting and the outsourcing. So one of the first dangers that you're looking at, hey, this is Attorney Reaves, and I got some free game for entrepreneurs. What I want to talk to you today about is outsource help and consultants. Now, as your business grows, eventually, as you continue to grow, you're going to need some help in certain areas. So the outsourced help or the consultants, they can be in several different areas of your business. It might be someone that's in the operations that's helping you with some operation specific goal. It could be someone who you utilize for your finances, for your books, someone who's like a CPA or something like that. Maybe you get a consultant that helps you with your marketing or your digital marketing. And basically, when we're looking at the consultants or we're looking at the outsourcing, we're looking at someone who specializes or focuses on a specific area, of your business that may not be your strength. It may not be your strongest point. So for instance, if you have a cookie shop, but you really don't have any background with, website, web design, digital marketing and stuff like that, you might end up going with a consultant, or outsource the work for someone to build your website, for someone to optimize it for, search engine optimization, someone to optimize it for digital ads and stuff like that. So, when we're looking at the consulting or outsourcing, it can have several different, it could be as much as, it can look several different ways. And so once you do decide that you're going to outsource for a particular area of your business, I want to talk to you about some things that you could do to put yourself in a position where you won't be taken advantage of. And here goes the thing. I have had great experience with some consultants. I had some consultants that helped me establish certain things, early on. But I must warn you of the dangers of the consulting and the outsourcing. So one of the first dangers that you're looking at overall is that they don't necessarily have loyalty to you. You're one of several of their clientele. They don't work for you. They don't get a paycheck, from you every single week. They're getting paid to do whatever job it is that they're getting paid to do, and they're getting paid to do that same job by several other people. So there's not as much of a loyalty type situation. Their job, their livelihood is not on the line when they're performing for you. So a lot of times you can find, you can get yourselves into situations or circumstances where both of your actual needs and focuses are not actually aligned, so you have that issue when you have the consultant. So you have that lack of loyalty type. And now something that kind of makes that lack of loyalty, which they may have just because they're not solely working for you. Another thing that would make that even worse is if you look at the point that they're going to know more than you in a certain area. So you're coming in at a disadvantage because they are the expert in whatever area of focus it is that you're utilizing them to consult in. So what does this look like? It looks like if you're getting them for marketing and search engine optimization, they're going to be able to have vernacular and speak in ways and speak about things that you might not know, things that may sound foreign to you. Same thing if it's someone who you're utilizing to go in your books and your accounts and something like that. If it's a CFO, if it's a CPA or anything like that you're outsourcing, they might have a utilized jargon that you don't use, or they might know things that you don't know. So there's a danger just because you're kind of at a disadvantage. You're at a danger to be manipulated. You're a danger to be taken advantage of. There's a danger that they can utilize your ignorance to pull more money out of you, to get more money out of you, or to steer you in a direction that may not be the direction that you want to go. So I just want to give you a few pointers that you can do to really kind of protect yourself as much as possible when you're dealing with consultants or outsourcing. Step one is when you're getting a consultant, make sure that you get a consultant or outsource someone who does specifically what it is you're looking for them to do. You want to try to stay away from the consultants who say they can do everything. If I want to go get a transmission rebuilt, I want to go to a mechanic who really focuses on rebuilding transmissions. I might not want to go to the mechanic that says, hey, I do body work, I do brakes, I do motors, I do everything. I might just want someone who is specifically focusing on these transmissions. If I'm running and I hurt my foot, well, I might want to go to a podiatrist. I might not want to go to a psychiatrist or a dentist or another type of doctor. So when you're looking for help for a specific area, and you should make sure that you have a good grasp of exactly what help you're looking for and what area you're looking for before you start engaging with consultants. But once you do, make sure that you find a consultant who actually does what it is that you're looking for them to do. And they market that they do that, and they have references of past clients that they've done this specific thing for. As a general rule, you're going to feel better if the more focus that consultant has on the particular area, and the less divided that they are, the better quality that you're going to get for that particular focus. So there's one, you're making sure that this person actually does what it is that you want to do, and they focus and specialize in it, not someone who can just tell you, I'll do anything. The more that they say that I'll do anything for you, if they say, hey, I can do that, I can handle that, I can handle that, they get in there, they're trying to, every problem that you come up with, they're trying to say, well, I have a solution for that, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. That's someone just trying to capture all the money, and that's someone that's just trying to make a sale. It's not someone who is focused and intentional and really understands the lane that they're in, and someone who's there that's going to actually provide value for it. So be aware of that. Secondly, once you found somebody who focuses on what it is that you want, you have to make sure that you can articulate some type of deliverables. You have to be able to articulate and discuss a deliverable that you can understand, something that you can see. So for example, if we go back to the digital consultant who does search engine optimization, they'll say, hey, you give me your money, you consult with me, you give me your money, I'm gonna make your website be number one on Google, I'm gonna make your website be number one here or number one there, or anything like that. So those are big general terms, and then when you get into asking, exactly what it is that you're doing, it might get a little bit more gray, it might get a little more ambiguous and kind of harder for you to and it's a little bit harder for you to nail them down and see it. As a general rule, if you cannot come up with a clear, distinct deliverable, you're not ready to enter into a relationship with that consultant. So whatever it is that they plan on doing, you have to make sure that you discuss with them and you talk with them and you come up with a deliverable that you understand. Okay, you want to be my social media manager. Hey, I understand that there's all these different things that might go into social media, but here goes something I understand. I can understand followers. So if I have X amount of followers, the deliverable that we're going to agree to is that my followers will increase by this amount on this increments. And now I can look at it and I can see. So all of that jargon behind all the stuff you had to do, and Facebook changed the algorithm and Google changed the algorithm, or whatever it is that you have to say, like, all I want to do is just stick down to my deliverable of what we said. And I know that if I'm not getting the increase in followers or the increase that I want, then I just know that you're not doing your job. And I'm going to tell you, the consultants, especially the good slippery ones, they are going to try to do everything within their power to keep you from coming up with a clear deliverable that you can hold them to. But if they're a good consultant, they're coming from the right place, they will help you identify and find a deliverable that you can both agree to. So make sure that you have a deliverable, meaning hey, this is a objective metric which you must hit in order for us to say that you are being successful in what I'm employing you to do. Whatever that is, you need to make sure that you come up with that and you agree to that on the front end. That puts you in a position where you're held accountable. You don't want to enter into these relationships where you're just relying on a lot of trust. You don't want to do that. And then the third and last thing, what I would tell you is, make sure that you always listen to your gut. Listen to your gut, listen to your instinct. And I know a lot of times, people, you're good people, you want to give people a lot of opportunities, you want to give people a lot of chances, you want to give the benefit of the doubt, and I understand that. But when you have a business, you have to look at your business like it's your child, right? And so if you look at a business as your child, if someone gives you red flags, are you going to let them babysit your child? If they're giving you red flags, if you're like, man, something is just not quite right about this person, I can't articulate it, that I don't have the exact proof, but something is just not right about this person. If you felt that in your gut, however you were unable to articulate it, would you let that person babysit your children? And if the answer is no to that, then it should be the same way when you're dealing with a consultant. When you're talking with them, when you're dealing with them, they're supposed to be providing value for you. You guys are supposed to have a united goal. He's supposed to be fulfilling, or she's supposed to be helping to fulfill your vision. As soon as you feel something is off, let's just go ahead and prepare to part ways, because you need to listen to your gut. As an entrepreneur, you're gonna have to, we're definitely gonna be relying on data and things like that at all times, but you're gonna have to rely on your gut as well. And so those are the 3 keys that I would give to you for dealing with consultants. 1, make sure that they do exactly what it is that you want them to do, and they're not a jack of all trades, they're a specialist. 2, make sure that you agree on a deliverable that you can see and that you can understand, so you can determine if that person is doing what they were employed or what they were hired to do. And 3, if something seems off about them, if something seems just not right, if some things are just not adding up, if you start to feel a funny feeling about them, or lose trust in them, just go ahead and part ways. It's not worth it to continue going down the road. Very rarely, very, very rarely have I ever seen a red flag turn green. Hey, I'm Attorney Henry Reaves. That's some free game for entrepreneurs. You have a great one.